Hello everyone, before we proceed to our main topic, we prepared a quotation about our topic that will serve as a introduction before we dive in or discuss about the topic we have. So here's the topic. Labels aside, we're all unique, we're all valid. That it said that levels aside, that no matter what we feel, what we express to in a society, it's aside, and we are all unique, that we have a difference within ourselves. We are all valid, that no matter what have we expressed to someone or express in our society, it's all valid. We need to break the stereotypes that every uniqueness we have should be accepted in this modern world. The topic we have is all about the gender inequality. So here's the definition. Gender inequality, it's a pervasive issue that affects individuals across the aspects of life, including social, economic, and political spheres. That is presentation to provide a comprehensive overview of key topics related to gender inequality, fostering deeper understanding of its multifaceted nature. Meaning, gender inequality it's a mainly an issue that really affects in our life, when it comes to in daily life, in a society, in our workplace, in our political spheres. For example, in selecting a president, as of now, there's a small amount or iilan lamang, that's yeah. So this presentation, tackling this topic, will serve as a prior knowledge that gender inequality should be, this topic will be serve as a knowledge to everyone that we need to respect everyone's expressions, their genders, their sexual orientation, that needs a deeper understanding on this to break this stereotype. So the next topic will be discussing my group mates.
Gender inequality is about sexual orientation and gender identity expression, or mas kilala sa acronym na SOGI. Sexual orientation to a person, emotional, romantic, or sexual attractions to others. When we say sexual orientation, ito ay tumutukoy sa pagkakagusto natin sa ibang tao, either sexually or romantically. For example, pwede tayong magkagusto sa male, female, bisexual, or kahit ano pang gender. Pwede din naman hindi tayo makaramdam ng attraction sa iba, normal lang din yon. And gender identity is an individual internal sense of being male, female, both, or neither, which may or may not correspond to their sex assigned at birth. And gender identity naman, ito ay tumutukoy kung paano natin kinikilala ang ating sarili. For example, pwedeng pinanganak kang lalaki pero mas nakaka-relate ka sa pagiging babae, or vice versa, pinanganak kang babae pero mas nakaka-relate ka sa pagiging lalaki. And gender expression is how a person outwardly present their gender. When we say gender expression, ito ay tumutukoy kung paano natin gustong express ang ating sarili. For example, ina-express natin ang ating sarili sa pamamaraan ng pananamit, behavior, sport, at iba pa. In this society, guys, always remember that all of us have the freedom to express ourselves and to love. Bawat isa sa atin ay may kalayaan, karapatan na piliin, magmahal, at mahalin kung sino man ang nais natin. Kasi ito ay karapatan natin, rights natin, at freedom natin na piliin kung ano ang makapagpapasaya sa atin.
Good day everyone. So let's talk about the LGBTQA+ community. LGBTQA+ is an umbrella term for a lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, queer, or questioning, and asexual individuals, as well as other identities that fall outside of traditional gender and sexuality norms. Ina nitong mga sinasabitang bakla, tomboy, bisexual, transgender na nahihiling ta sa paligid ta, na nakasalamuha, and nakakaibananta. So LGBTQA+ have three challenges. So first, the marginalization. Social stigma and exclusion can lead to isolation and limited access to resources. Marginalization is ito na yung mga LGBTQ individual may face rejection from their family or their friends. Like kung paano sinda i-reject ang family nila sa ibang tao. So next, the health disparities. A higher rates of mental health issues, substance abuse, and HIV/AIDS within the community. Health disparities is ito na yung nakaka-experience sin daning depression and anxiety due to discrimination and lack of acceptance. And third, the last, intersectionality. A complex layers of discrimination faced by individuals who belong to multiple marginalized groups. Example is LGBTQ plus people of color. Intersectionality is ito ng mga LGBTQ individuals may face discrimination based on her gender identity. Like sa transgender, nadidiscriminate sinda kasi nga di man talaga sinda totoong babae or lalaki.
I will be discussing the concept of masculinity. So according to our material, masculinity refers to the set of attributes, behaviors, and rules generally associated with men and boys. So now, masculinity isn't just one thing, it is a complex idea with different phases. So let's proceed the toxic of masculinity. So this refers to the traditional masculine norms that can be harmful. So these norms often promote aggressions, emotional repressions, and dominance. So this behavior can lead to harmful actions and can also negatively impact men themselves, limiting their emotional expressions and contributing to mental health issues. Toxic masculinity also reinforces patriarchal structures contributing to gender-based violence and discrimination against women. First is aggression. So this is the tendency to be hostile or violent. Like for example, a man believing he needs to physically fight someone to defend his honor. Next is emotional repression. So this is the act of suppressing or hiding emotions, particularly vulnerability. Like, for example, a man refusing to seek help for depression because he thinks isn't a sign of weaknesses. Dominance. So this is the desire to control or have a power over others. For this example, a man making all the decision in a relationship without considering his partner's opinions. These norms lead to harmful behaviors. So let's proceed the impact on men. These norms aren't just harmful to others, they negatively impact men themselves. These norms can limit men's emotional expressions, contribute to mental health issues, and perpetuate violence. So, first is limit men's emotional expression. So, they create a culture when men feel they can't express sadness, fear, or vulnerability. So next is contribute to mental health issues. Suppressed emotions can lead to anxiety, depressions, and other mental health problems. So next is perpetuate violence. So this emphasize on aggressions and dominance can contribute to domestic violence, street violence, and other forms of aggressions. So let's proceed the impact on women. Traditional masculine norms, especially those considered toxic, have a significant negative impact on women, especially reinforces patriarchal structures, then contributes to gender-based violence and discrimination. So we first is reinforces patriarchal structure. So this means it strengthens a system where men hold the primary power and authority. Like for example, oh, When a man expects his wife to do all the housework and childcare, it reinforces the idea that women's work is less valuable. Next is contributes to gender-based violence and discrimination. So this includes physical, sexual, and emotional abuse, as well as unequal treatment in the workplace, education, and other areas. Like for example, a man feeling entitled to a woman's attention even if she's not interested can escalate into harassment or even assault. Another example is could be a woman not getting promoted because her boss believes she'll live to have children. So nagigets po ba? So let's proceed promoting healthy masculinity. To counter these negative impacts, it's crucial to promote healthy masculinity, which involves encouraging men to embrace vulnerability and emotional expression, then respectful relationships. So first is encouraging men to embrace vulnerability, allowing men to show their emotions and ask for help without feeling ashamed. Like for example, a man feeling comfortable crying or sharing his fears with his friends. Next is emotional repression. So it is making it acceptable for men to express a full range of emotion, not just anger. The example of this is a man being open about his sadness after a loss. Next is respectful relationships. So fostering relationships based on equality, respect, and consent. So for adding this example, the example of this is a man listening to his partner's opinions and treating her as an equal in decision making.
I am here to discuss about gender-based stereotyping, prejudice, discrimination, and gender issues. So, stereotyping. Oversimplified and generalized belief about the characteristic of men and women. So, ito yung mga simpleng paniniwala or palagay tungkol sa mga katangian ng mga lalaki at babae. Halimbawa, pinaniniwalaan na ang mga babae ay likas na emosyonal or maalaga, while yung mga lalaki ay pinaniniwalaan na sila yung mas mahusay sa pamumuno or sa agham. So, nililimitahan nito ang kakayahan ng tao at pinapaalala ang hindi pagkakapantay-pantay. So, next is prejudice. Preconceived judgment or biases based on gender stereotypes. Ito yung mga paunang pagusga or negative na saloobin laban sa isang tao batay lamang sa kanyang kasarian. So, for example, pag-aakalang hindi kayang gampanan ng babae ang mga trabahong teknikal at paniniwalang hindi dapat maging full-time parent ang lalaki kasi babae yung mga gumagawa nito. So, nagiging ugat ito ng discrimination at pag-aalis ng oportunidad. So, next is discrimination. Unfair treatment or denial of opportunities based on gender. So, ang discrimination ay hindi makatarungan o hindi pantay na pagtrato ng isang tao dahil sa kanyang kasarian. So, halimbawa, hindi pagtanggap sa trabaho dahil babae ang aplikante at baka magkaanak, or yung mga patakaran sa trabaho na mas nakakapinsala sa isang kasarian. So, lastly is gender issues. Broad range of challenges and inequalities related to gender, including pay gaps, underrepresentation in leadership, and gender-based violence. So, ito yung hanay na mga hamon at hindi pagkakapantay-pantay na may kaugnayan sa kasarian. So, yung pangunahing issue dito yung gender pay gap at kakulangan sa pamumuno. So, ang gender pay gap ay mas mababa ang kita ng mga babae kumpara sa mga lalaki sa parehong trabaho, at yung kakulangan sa pamumuno ay kaunti ang kababaihan at LGBTQ+ sa mga posisyong may kapangyarihan dahil mostly lalaki lang ang mga nasa mataas na posisyon.
Manifestations, workplace, pay inequality, lack of opportunities for advancement, sexual harassment.
workplace. This is a show pay inequality where women are often paid less than men for the same job. There are also fewer opportunities for advancement for women in their careers, sexual harassment, and another major issues in the workplace. Educations. Gender bias and curriculum stereotypes affecting academic performance. Dito naman ay maaaring nagpapakita ng mga stereotypes o hindi pantay na representasyon ng mga lalaki at babae. Ang mga stereotypes tungkol sa kakayahan ng mga lalaki at babae ay nakakaapekto rin sa kanilang academic performance. Politics. Underrepresentation of women in political office, gender bias in policy making. The underrepresentation of women in political office is a major problem. There is also gender bias in policy making, resulting in policies that are not equal for everyone.
Addressing the issues. Education and awareness. Promoting understanding of gender equality and challenging stereotypes. In education and awareness, ay dapat sa paaralan kailangan na i-promote at ipaintindi ng mga teachers ang gender equality. Like for example, ang subject na ito ni Sir. Ginawa ito upang ipaintindi sa mga students ang gender equality at para malabanan ang stereotypes. Through being ay good role models at hindi maging bias sa kanyang mga students. Policy changes. Implementing laws and policies that promote gender equality in all areas of life. Dito naman, dapat daw mag-implement ng laws and policies, which is meron naman na law dito, which is Magna Carta of Women, Republic Act 9710. This law address issues like non-discrimination sa trabaho, equal access to education and equal rights sa mga students, and also para maiwasan ang harassment and bullying. And last, cultural shifts. Encouraging societal norms that value and respect individuals of all genders. We need to encourage ang ating mga kapwa Pilipino na gawing kultura ang bigyang halaga at irespeto ang lahat ng tao kahit ano paman ang kanilang gender.